up YouTube 100% here, and this 100% Meteor and Gam, and this shit is fire. My shit just got a new update right now, so I'm just hyped. Anyways, it's been a long time since I made one of these videos. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna continue. I'll probably make an update video after I make all these shits. But long story short, I'm almost done. I'm hopefully I get my office set up and all that shit. But I got a new videos to make, a few new videos to make. So I got my fucking phone right here and shit. Let me just adjust this. Let me see if I can fuck with it like that. Like I said, these shit's gonna be very raw. I'm gonna edit these videos like after I get my shit set up well. Right now it's gonna be straight raw. After this, it's gonna be like after I set it up, it's gonna be way much better. Like you see that part right there, I had to fix my camera. That's gonna stay on this one, but in the future, you already know. So I'm gonna get into talking about. I'm gonna call this one "Prison and Streets." Matter of fact, this shit is straight raw right now. Like I didn't even prepare for this or anything. I don't need to. I could just do it like that. So I just wanted to say this real quick, and this is not a shout out to anyone, nobody that I know or anybody out there in the streets, whether I know or don't know them or whatever it is. This is just straight up shit. Like, because the reason why I want to talk about the prison and the streets is because like I think a lot of people confuse that shit when it comes to like being like like how can I say it, like being a man. You know what I mean? So it's just like people really confuse that. They really feel like automatically when you come out of prison, like you're automatically a man. The way I feel, and there's no disrespect to them inmates or anybody out here doing their thing, but for you having the bravery and actually like that absoluteness and willpower to do what you got to do in the first place that got you into prison, I think that makes you more of a man than you actually coming out of prison. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like flip, like you know what I mean? So the reason why I want to say this is because of the fact that some people really like they really get it like they really get confused. They really get confused, I guess. There's an example real quick. Let's just say, I was hearing a couple of people talk, you know what I mean? It's not a story time video, but I was hearing a couple of people talk, and they were talking about, prison this, prison that, and being a man this, being a man that. Y'all know I keep it very straightforward. This shit has nothing to do with me, really. Like, I know I've said in my few videos that, people like to call me childish and a kid and all this and that and third. But what I've noticed around a lot of people are noticing that people are becoming more sensitive. That's where you could say the media or the people that is into that type of shit wants you to be focusing on. Like people being more sensitive to like that. You know where my mind was at? My mind was at in more of like how people are when it comes to stating out loud what they accomplished or what they did. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say with that is pretty much this, like if you're a show off, you're a show off like from heart or naturally, I guess, right? But if you know you wasn't like that and then you try to be like that just because you feel like you accomplished something, you got over some obstacle in your life, those are your personal obstacles in your life. You understand what I'm saying? Those are your personal problems. It's good to talk about them because it makes you feel good. It's good to talk about it with your friends, but there's always a correct time to bring it up. Now, you do what you want at the end of the day. Anything that I say, you don't have to copy me or be like me or whatever. I'm just saying, though, like, that's one of the things that people talk about the most. They talk about like prison, like, oh nigga, I maxed out, I did this, da da da, nigga, I've done everything. Oh, this, that, and the third. So it's just like sometimes like they bring shit up like this, and it could get really, you could say, like bothersome because it could mess up the image for someone else. That's the whole point of like what I mean. Like I said in my past video, when it comes to like the systematical side of shit, whatever's on top of the shit is whatever is like the shit that should be talked about. Because it's like it's kind of stupid because then there's a ladder to everything. So whatever's on top of that ladder is what's supposed to be talked about. Now, whatever between it, you're not supposed to be talking about it. But you was just at that point of the middle of the ladder before you got up to being able to talk about, that top side of the ladder. So it's just like now automatically when you up there, you fake to what was down, then you came from the bottom. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like this is what I'm trying to say. Like how, like, okay, prison is dangerous and all that stuff, right? Like, yeah, and you're gonna get into fight. You're gonna get into fights. I heard stories. I know niggas from from out here that they told me stories that they've been locked up in a whole bunch of shit, and I get it. You know what I mean? It's crazy in there. And then you could get fucking stabbed. You could get fucking fucked up, jumped. Niggas probably rob you. Niggas probably press you. The whole nine and all that shit. But the reason why I'm naming this video "Prison and Streets" is because, like I said earlier, you gotta stop and think for a moment. Like, my nigga, like you was in a tougher situation outside. Like, it's more, it doesn't make you a man that you come out of prison. Nigga, you was a man for trying to do all this shit outside that actually got you inside of prison. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is the shit that you could say that made you a man. Not that you want to say that, because nobody wants to be locked up. It's dumb, but I feel it. I mean, I feel you. You have to get it how you can sometimes, because your life is different. Everybody goes through different shit, so you got to do what you got to do. I understand that, but don't let these niggas fool you, my nigga. You feel me? Because it's just like, wait, what? So that nigga been through everything. It's like they got more respect for you because you came out of prison. That makes no sense. These niggas don't have that much respect for you, you know, before you got in. You feel me? And I'm not even talking about the illegal side of shit. We know that in the illegal side of shit automatically, oh, that's respect. This nigga maxed out that OG, whatever, right? I'm talking about like on the legal side of shit. Like, niggas, it's like the ones that try to fuck you over don't have respect to you until they already have you, and then they let you ask, oh, now they have respect for you. You gotta think about it, like, why is it like that? Nigga, it's easier for you to get into trouble. You know what I mean? So now you gotta, for every little thing, you gotta be careful because all these niggas are felon. You understand what I'm saying? So niggas should just know that by, you know, from the jump. So it's just like, stop trying to like pump that shit like if that shit is like a big deal or anything like that. You feel me? No offense. I know it's a serious thing. It is. You go through shit, anything can happen. You can get raped, whatever. But it's like niggas is making that shit like if it's like they're glorifying that shit as that you're a better man than the actual man that not having ever been into prison. You're better than that nigga automatically, no matter what degrees you got, whatever. And I'm not talking this degree shit because I know how I feel about that. I made a video on that shit. Some people gotta calm down with that shit. Like niggas be thinking that, you know, just because they got a degree that they top shit, whatever. I'll make the video about that right now, after, as a matter of fact. And so going back to the streets, nigga, in prison, nigga, you in a crib, how they say, or you in a box, you feel me? Or it's like, you feel me, like you behind bars, nigga. So it's like you gotta worry about the cafeteria and you gotta worry about the yard. I haven't been into prison. I don't want to go. I wouldn't want to be in there. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to say is, you know, you gotta think about it, be more realistic. You know what I mean? Niggas ain't gonna drive by you in prison, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't about to get drive by in prison. You feel me? You ain't about to get caught up in your hood or your block in prison. You feel me? Nor in someone else's hood or your block, or their block in prison. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's just like, niggas, you seem a lot tougher outside already, nigga. You feel me? So I'm just saying, like, how the fuck you feel like you're more of a man coming out of prison? That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? I don't really have a problem with that. You feel however you want to feel. You know what I mean? I understand if you feel accomplished because you feel me, you accomplish your time. But now we're gonna get to that. Now we're gonna get to that because that's another way they want you to see it too, which is deception. So going back to what I was just saying, nigga, you ain't gonna get drive-by in prison. You ain't gonna get caught up in your block in prison. You ain't gonna get caught up in no one's block in prison. You're gonna get caught up anywhere in the world at that in prison because you stuck in there, right? And it's like, nigga, the most is gonna happen is that you're gonna get stabbed up with made up weapons or burned or probably some type of shit with made weapons, fucking handcrafted shit. You know what I mean? It's hard to get a gun inside that bitch. And if you do, it probably was a baby, nigga, like some small shit. If anything, a Glock or some shit you could say. But nigga, it's an inside job for sure. Outside, nigga, them niggas will catch you if they want with a grenade, nigga. Or AK light. You ain't getting an AK in prison, nigga, for sure. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta think about it, nigga. It's more dangerous out here than what it is in there. So how the fuck you more of a man when it's less dangerous in there than out here, when it's more dangerous out here than in there? You understand what I'm saying? So since they know niggas be on some stupid shit, on dumb shit, no offense to any nigga out here, and niggas got to be, you know, more real about this shit, because now I'm gonna talk about time and how they put this shit in your mind. You feel me? These niggas use the most simplest shit towards y'all. You feel me? Which is fucked up. It's just time against y'all. Them niggas do not give a fuck about what the fuck you did out there. You feel me? And what you accomplished out there. They don't, because they know they're gonna take that shit all away from you. You feel me? And then at the end of the day, now you inside. So now that you inside, they definitely gonna give a fuck about you in there. And you already know how the prison gives it up. You gotta fight, mad disrespect, a whole bunch of shit you gotta deal with constant bullshit. Niggas waking up out of bed and it's just straight hood niggas. You imagine waking up at home and you wake up at home and there's mad hood niggas everywhere. Like, nigga, you already know that's just a blow. You feel me? So the testosterone's in the air and all that shit. And them niggas don't give a fuck about that shit. But look how them niggas do y'all. Nigga, time, my nigga. We're gonna go for what goes in there, what the fuck you did out there. We're gonna take all that shit from out there. And in here, you're gonna be in some bullshit, which in reality, y'all niggas is creating upon yourself. Niggas should be actually rejoicing there, if anything, nigga, and helping themselves out instead of actually, you feel me, going against each other. That shit makes a lot more sense. Y'all want to fuck somebody up. I mean, I'm not saying to do this, but y'all shouldn't be fucking up yourself. You're gonna go from outside fucking yourself up to going inside fucking yourself up even more when these niggas using time against y'all. This shit don't exist, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? I can't just grab time. Oh, there goes time. I could grab a clock, yeah, but I'm grabbing, let me see, plastic, probably metal, the material used that display this shit as this time. There's no such thing as that shit, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm not, what am I doing? Clapping oxygen or to get clapping time right here? There's mad scientifical, whatever bullshit explanation to that, nigga, but at the end of the day, you grow from that. You understand what I'm saying? Because, yeah, there's maybe a reason why we do all this shit. You understand what I'm trying to say? But at the end of the day, just don't get fooled. Don't get fooled by the bullshit, really. What I'm trying to say is this. You see how I'm moving my fingers, right? I can move my shit. Yeah, science will say, oh, the neurons or whatever bullshit, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Yup, goes to the bones, and that's where it moves that, da, da, da. My nigga, you know when you was a kid and you wanted a juice or you wanted to do something as a kid, you was able to still do this shit? You think the baby understands that? No, even if you explain it to the baby, it wouldn't understand that. That shit will go get his juice or whatever it wants if it wants to get it. You understand what I'm trying to say? So now that we older, you know, they try to have us learn that because they feel like we can learn it now. Well, that shit is really doing is dumbing you down. You know what I mean? So now you want to see it as something, right? You know what I mean? Because when you see it as something, it could affect you. You understand what I'm saying? Now you can start to feel it. You feel me? That's some niggas start with that time shit early so you can feel it. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is just that shit does not exist. So you pretty much did all that hardcore shit out there, probably selling drugs, whatever the fuck it is, stabbing niggas, shooting a nigga, who knows, robbing niggas, putting your life at risk, my nigga, to get locked up, still have your life at risk because of your own selves, when y'all shouldn't be fighting in there, y'all should be joined up together. To let some shit that's not gonna kill you, like, manhandle you, and then somehow when you come out of prison, you more of a man. Nigga, time not gonna come out of nowhere and take out a gun and be like, yo, my man, you fucking crazy? Or they can stab you. It's not, nigga. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, niggas gotta be on, like, this level of shit. At least before they speak that shit of this prison shit. You feel me? Like, y'all niggas, you know, y'all do what y'all gotta do. Y'all be whatever y'all want to be. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. So going back to what I was saying earlier about the showing off shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's like I said, people paying attention more to the sensitive side. Oh, everyone's sensitive now. I was paying attention to more of that because they just don't bring that shit up about, you know, degrees and shit like that. They bring that shit up mostly about this prison shit. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna drop that jewel on y'all so y'all niggas could just wake up and see what's going on. Like, niggas is clowning niggas, bro. Like, niggas is not really paying niggas out there correctly either. You feel me? Niggas ain't just taking off one check, you feel me? One tax check out of your shit. It's two, nigga. And basic math could figure that shit out. I'm not gonna put that video up, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas know, nigga. What the fuck? $88 tax? What? Like, that shit, like, you feel me? Like, I'm not even, like, even if, let's say, the government niggas or whatever, they start watching this shit, like, nigga, they're gonna laugh because they know it's OD. Like, nigga, like, what the fuck? Like, you know, so don't let these niggas clown you because at the end of the day, they're gonna still do what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? But don't give them a laugh for it either. You understand what I'm saying? And don't be deceived. They say you got to get used to it, and that's it, right? And I said this in my past videos. I used to say this all the time. I said I have like 14 of those videos of the No Versus series up. There's gonna go to the No Versus series, but don't let the niggas fool you, my nigga. They say you haven't gotten used to it yet. And the example that I gave on that was the shit about the lion and the sheep. What the fuck is going on here? That the sheep hasn't got used to getting eaten? That shit will forever get eaten, nigga. By the time the evolution kicks in, think it's a good grow teeth or something that will protect itself from the lion, that shit will be eradicated. That shit will be eradicated. And what the fuck is the sheep gonna do? Pull out a gun? Like, you see how I gave the example with the time? Think the time's gonna pull out a gun and because the sheep's gonna be like, yo, and stab the lion up? No. Don't be fooled. You feel me? Don't be fooled. Ain't that Law of the Jungle shit, do not fall for that shit. That's just all deception, my nigga. So at the end of the day, I just wanna keep y'all niggas up to date with that shit. I know how they try to say it. You feel me? But my nigga. Anyways, they try to dumb you down with being politically right or having some type of logic or background or whatever because you can't just come out of nowhere. Even though when you come out of nowhere, it makes some sense and it's some real shit, you can't just come like that because that's all they're trying to do, calm you down so that you can feel like you're actually getting some. In reality, you're not. You know what I mean? Niggas trying to put you out, nigga. They try to put your passion out as quick as they can. Because that's how it works in society. But anyways, there's 100% here. And there's 100% meets you in Gam. Let me make this fucking video of motherfucking this degree shit. Cause my nigga, you gotta see, oh my, let me just, y'all already know.